If you struggle to have a flow with your conversation, you're thinking too much about your question. You're thinking too much about what to say instead of listening. If you're not listening to the responses of what that girl is talking about, you already lost the game. Let me ask you this. Do you remember what the answers were or the topics the girl was talking about? You asked one question, she said an answer. Do you remember her answer? And then with that answer, are you just spitballing questions? Are you just spitballing how to get to know her and interviewing her? Or are you actually having conversation? When you're in flow, you don't have to think about questions. There are some stumbling points where you get slipped up and you forget. But generally, there's always going to be things that pop up. And if you're on one topic for too long, it gets kind of stale. So I get it when you don't know what else to say. But because you're the man, because you know how to lead a conversation, you will just ask another question. And guess what? The woman's going to thank you. She's like, oh my God, thank you. We're off this damn topic. We're done talking about travel. We can talk about food. Oh, okay, cool. We're done talking about food. Let's talk about, our passions of working out. You can go on so many different tangents. If you're talking about fitness for an hour, it gets boring. You're going to run out of questions. So you switch it up. So how I run conversations with anybody, whether it's a date, whether it's new people, social events, I'm curious about, what's their passions, right? What they enjoyed the most. Or better yet, what was one event that they had to go through to become the person they are today? What was 3 trauma points, 1 trauma point, 2 trauma points, whatever, that made them where they are today? And you can just make these questions up. Make it so interesting. Ask questions that you wish you were going to be asked. Because most of the time, they're going to ask back, what about you? What was one event that caused you to be the person you are today? I'll give you a quick example is I went to have dinner with some leaders at the church. And I don't know them. It's just me and 3 other members. And my biggest question for them was, hey, what's your faith journey like? What is a roller coaster like? And they're gonna just spitball questions and answers and question everything. And that's gonna go on a huge tangent of a conversation. You can go into different directions. You're not gonna get a single answer that is gonna be the same. And so when you're in flow, you're gonna have to be able to listen. You're gonna be able to listen, to respond, and to give your own thoughts. It's a conversation. If you're just asking questions that you're getting answered back, and you're asking questions, you're getting an answer back, is that a conversation? Technically, yes, but you're not having a conversation. You're not sharing your own thoughts. So I want you to reflect on your past dates. Do you remember what the conversation was like? Do you remember the topics that you had? Do you have any opinions on those topics when you had that date? And I'm just talking pure conversations. I'm not talking about the touch barrier. I'm not talking about being intimate. I'm not talking about flirty lines. Like, if you can't even get past the vibe check and being able to hold a conversation, you already lost the game in terms of dating. The touch barrier, the flirting, those are things that you can implement, but you need the basics. So if you want to know how to master communications, I have a video right here that's going to help you break it down. And you want to know more tips on how to establish a good first date, make sure you like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Asian Boss Boy